interested in. And as it relates to working with Jim and David on how this can all work together, and we'll demonstrate this to you, but within a cloud service that would be hosted by Carnegie Mellon, the DMI, the Disaster Management Initiative, within there we would have could have a Twiki service, which would be basically a repository for data that's coming in from public feeds or the CAP EDIS feeds. Could be RSS information, could be tweets coming in from first responders and public, but could also be proprietary information that's coming in from water utilities and others. And the type of data could be any type of data. It could be video data, it could be textual data in a lot of different formats. We have various connectors, and we'll talk about a little bit about that. But once you have that data, you can create the tabular reports that Jim mentioned, take the data and actually go through and do some analysis on the vast amount of data that you do have. But Twiki also allows you to build custom common operating pictures. So one of the problems to solve perhaps is there's many different views that people will want, different stakeholders will want around the table, customized to their own needs. Twiki has a toolkit to develop common operating pictures, so you can develop your own. And what we're going to show today is just a mock-up of how we can take the common operating picture that David and team has put together, put it into a broader picture that then starts bringing in all these other feeds as well. And then you can have interactivity, basically a mashup of all that. We also have Facebook-style profiles, so social networking, so different people that are of interest within the theater can have their own profile pages. And based on those profiles, they can get to see certain types of information. And so that's where the access controls can start coming into play as well. So I'll stop there because I think it's more important to get to the demo and show you that. I want to flash in front of you just the architecture underneath. I don't want to spend a whole time on this, but we can take questions afterwards for the folks that are interested. But the idea is that we have a lot of different ways to get feeds coming in, and we have a flexible plug-in architecture that we can take any other types of custom feeds, bring the data in, put it into a database, and then visualize it later. So it's a very flexible architecture, and it has been going on now for the last, like I said, 12 years. I've been using it, so it's battle tested. Let's get into the demo. Maybe Peter come up, but you're going to see a screen that basically has David's common operating picture augmented by a bunch of other feeds coming in, and Peter Athene, our founder, will demonstrate it to you.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Jeez, for the introduction. So, Twiki is this enterprise collaboration platform that includes wiki technology that you know, like from Wikipedia, blogging, also discussion forums, a whole suite of Enterprise 2.0 tools. And one important part is also the enterprise social networking. Just think of this as a Facebook, but tailored to the enterprise. I won't go into details, but this is like a one-page team homepage of the marketing team of a company, and you see it's very much people-oriented. Here we have like just a view into a project track, review in the sales pipeline, and you can click on those images to get information about these people. So it's very much people-oriented. So then the actual demo that we will do here, that you will see here, is a little mock-up that I did yesterday. So this view here is now not a live feed. This is just a big map, but otherwise everything is live. So we have several things on this page. It's like a widget that you can place on this dashboard here for a particular EOC. So if we go now first to see the overview, how that system works, scroll down a little bit. So on the left side, we are collecting feeds from all different types of sources. So that might be Twitter feeds. One particular we have here, hash Twiki demo. So think of this like a 911 on Twitter. So if somebody wants to alert some agencies, they simply tweet something and use this hashtag, and then it falls into process. And the process is as follows, or other feeds as well, EDIS feeds, Quake feeds from the USGS, Fire feeds, etc. Then we have so-called feed monitor, where we look what's going on. These feeds are already pre-tagged, so that there's some logic going on in the background that is prioritizing stuff, so it can be easier identified. So then you're raising incidents. So we have an incident management tracker, so where you can raise an incident from a feed, from an event. Then there is an escalation approval process, and then it ends up in one of these emergency dashboards. Okay. So now let's go and look into the feed monitor. I have it preloaded here. So that's the feed monitor. We've just aggregated by time. We see here Quake feeds, some Twitter feeds that also came in here. If we go into the Twitter feed here, we see some more details. And let me go back into this one here and reload this page. So Jitendra, just before when the meeting started, he took a photo. He tweeted that with using the Twiki demo hashtag, and it's probably the latest one, this one here. Let's first look at this. Yeah, so we see the photo here. So in a real implementation, we would probably integrate that so that the image ends up automatically. Just want to. Where's the desktop? Actually, wanted to drop that to the desktop. Well, okay. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Okay, so now we have the picture here. I go back, and let's say, let's raise this event here into an incident. So we are creating an incident based on this. It already pre-fills some data. We give it a priority, medium, assigned to some person here. We tell it's relevant to the Cupertino EOC. The location is...
While he's doing that, basically there's a workflow that you can take events that are coming in, and if they're interesting events, you can apply attributes to it, priority levels and comments and tags. The tags that you attach to it could be anything. It could be pictures that you attach to it, to the actual event. You can attach other events to that event. And basically it's a workflow for an event to turn into an incident. The incident then becomes something of interest at the dashboard level.
Yep. Now, ideally, we would have a system where the GPS information, the cell phone, automatically also ends up as a geolocation. We don't have that today, but that's technology that's available.